Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of our Battle Spot Double series. So we kicked off the week on Tuesday with an episode and we played that Mega Kangaskhan team, so that was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you so much for everyone as well that's kind of commented on that video and left me suggestions for the channel. Do keep it up, guys. I am going to make sure I get through every single suggestion that we've had. We've had things like Mega Swampert that we're going to have featured today. We've had Mega Metagross, so we're going to definitely feature that as well. We've got things like Mega Venusaur, Arbok and Weezing, some really cool suggestions, so definitely keep them coming, guys, and we'll definitely make sure to feature them on this series. So today, like I said, we got a suggestion on Tuesday's episode to feature a Mega Swampert team. Now, the Mega Swampert has just been released, so it was a bit difficult finding a team, but thankfully there is an amazing Japanese player who has kindly put this team up online. So we can see it on the screen now. It is Raichu, not Alolan Raichu, just normal Kanto version Raichu. We've got the Swampert with the Swampertite. We've got Ludicolo, Pelipper, that's going to be our rain bringer. He'll bring the rain with its drizzle ability. We've got Tapu Lele and, very interestingly, Aegislash. So Aegislash is a Pokemon from X and Y. We haven't seen it at all in Sun and Moon. It's not in the Alola Dex. So it's going to be really cool to feature this Pokemon. It's a very strong Pokemon. It has got that stance change ability. It is Ghost and Steel typing as well. So it's a very good defensive pivot within the team. And I think it can work quite nicely with Tapu Lele as well, with that Psychic Terrain stopping any priority attacks, especially things like Sucker Punch that would normally threaten the Aegislash. So, seems like a really cool team. The new mechanic as well in Sun and Moon allows, so Mega Swampert, when it evolves prior to Sun and Moon, you'd have to burn a turn, so you'd have to protect, and then the next turn your speed boost would kind of kick in. So, but in the new generation, the new mechanics, you can Mega Evolve and then you get the rain boost the same turn that you Mega Evolve because its ability changes and it kicks in automatically. So it makes it a lot more viable this generation than it was in previous ones. So I'm not going to waste any more time kind of going over the team. We can go into that when we get into the battles. So I'll just quickly pop up my DS. We've got the team on the screen. Get my words out. And we'll hop on and find an opponent. So yeah, just kind of going off from yesterday's episode as well, we kind of briefly talked about the news that we're going to have a brand new Pokemon Sun and Moon Ultra games coming out in November, so very excited about that. And do keep your comments coming about what kind of things you'd like to see in those new games and what you think about potentially the new mechanics will be as well with that Ultra Evolution or Ultra Z-Stone thing that we kind of briefly got hinted at in the trailer that we saw. But anyway, guys, we have our first opponent of the team, and they are also running a QR code team. So it's going to be a clash of the QR code teams this first match on the channel today, and they are running a team of Pachirisu, which is one of Decision Park's signature Pokemon, Rotom W, Garchomp, Tapu Bulu, Goodra, and Metagross. So, who's the Mega on the team? I reckon it is the Metagross, probably. We need to be very careful for the Tapu Bulu. This is kind of like an anti-rain team. You've got the Rotom W that can act in rain really nicely, throw out those big electric type attacks. You've got Goodra as well, that's just a big special tank. Tapu Bulu as well isn't rain's best friend, especially not Mega Swampert. So we might need to preserve that, keep that in the back. What are we going to lead with? I think I will go with... Should we go with Pelipper and Ludicolo here? Because that seems quite nice. I will bring Mega Swampert, and I think I'm going to bring Aegislash as well. So we'll lock in with those four. Just in time. Nick of time. It might have been nice to bring Tapu Lele here. It does give us a nice option against that Garchomp and the Goodra. And also, it would have allowed us to change the terrain. But Ludicolo is, if you guys don't know, it is part water, part grass type, so it will be able to take advantage of the rain, get its speed boost through that swift swim ability, and it'll be able to take advantage of the grassy terrain if my opponent brings it. And we see Tapu Bulu hit the field. We do need to be careful for this Pachirisu though. It will have Follow Me, so we do need to be a bit wary of that. We can't just freely fire off attacks into it. So let's see what we've got here. We have got Hurricane, so I can target down this Tapu Bulu with Hurricane, and to prevent the Follow Me, I'm going to just go for a fake out into that Pachirisu. So we'll stop the Follow Me this turn. Get the fake out off into it. No Protect coming out from my opponent here either. Ooh, so that is Scarf Tapu Bulu. It is going to hit into the Ludicolo. Will pick up the KO there. Not a great start. And we get the Hurricane off. This should pick up the KO here. So, trading 1 for 1. Which isn't too bad. Now we've got one less threat to think about for our Mega Swampert, because Mega Swampert does not want to sit in front of a Tapu Bulu, trust me. So we will bring in Mega Swampert, well, Swampert now, before it Mega Evolves, and we see Metagross hit the field. So, what are we going to go for? Let's see. I think I'll just go for a Scald into the Pachirisu, to be honest, with the Pelipper. And I'm going to Mega Evolve and go for a big fat Earthquake with my Mega Swampert. So here we go, guys. The main reason for picking this team, and we're going to get this Mega Evolution. So let's see how cool he looks. Mega Swampert's a pretty cool Pokemon. My opponent just taking his time, thinking about what he wants to do. But Swampert resists everything that Metagross can kind of throw at us, excluding the Psychic type moves, but the Steel, and then everything that Pachirisu can throw at us as well. So we do get the Earthquake, no Protect coming out from my opponent again. Not doing too much that there's a bulky Metagross. Oh, I guess the grassy terrain's up, of course. Need to remember that. So we just see a Zen Headbutt come out from the Metagross. Thankfully, no flinch on our Pelipper. And we get the Scald and pick up the KO on that Pachirisu. So my opponent down to his last 2 Pokemon here. I was thinking, I was like, why is the Earthquake doing so little? But of course, the grassy terrain's up. So we do see Garchomp hit the field. I think this turn, what I'm going to do, what have we got in the back? We have got our Aegislash. Probably going to see a Tectonic Rage from the Garchomp, I'd imagine, out of everything. But we outspeed it, so we don't need to worry about it too much. So I think I'm not really going to try anything fancy here. I'm just going to go, we have got Ice Punch, so I'm just going to go straight for an Ice Punch into the Garchomp. We've not been intimidated or anything like that, so we should be able to pick up the KO. But we see the Garchomp just Protect here. Ice Punch straight into that Protect. And we'll see another Zen Headbutt. But from the damage calcs from that last one, adds into the Swampert this time. So Pelipper gets a free Scald into that slot, doing huge damage. And everything will take a round of recovery. They can anyway, that's on the ground through the grassy terrain. So we will just go for, we'll just repeat what we did last turn. Just go for an Ice Punch and a Scald. That should be enough to close out the game. My opponent just forfeits there. We had him kind of pinned down. Good game to my opponent. Very quick first match, but showing the Mega Swampert, which is more important. So we might get a few games in today, guys, if we kind of keep this pace up. So that's really good. And what we'll do, we'll just jump straight back on the ladder and find an opponent as quick as we can. So we won't save the game. So yes, in other news as well, guys, we're going to have our MBL team building video, Team Leaky versus Team Cyberbars, which is Barry Anderson and Mr. Aaron Zeng. So that'll be, the team building will be tomorrow, and that'll be on Hibiki's channel, so do keep an eye out for that. I will link that in the description below, so you can just shoot on over to there tomorrow to catch that. And then on Saturday on this channel will be the actual match, so very excited. They're going to be tough opponents. They were finalists in last year's MBL, so it's not going to be easy at all. Both very, very accomplished VGC players as well, so it should be a very good game, so make sure you don't miss that. But on to more pressing things, we have an next opponent of the day, and they are running a team of Landorus, Therian Form, Tapu Fini, Kangaskhan, which will be Mega Kangaskhan, Heatran, Cresselia, and Mawile, probably Mega Mawile here. So we do need to be careful of the Landorus. Obviously it will carry Intimidate, which will nerf our Mega Swampert, but the rain element here is really quite nice. We've got to be careful of the Cresselia here though, that's the only problem. Because it could probably carry, it probably does have Trick Room. Have we got anything to kind of shut that down? We don't, but we do have Aegislash, which is a nice option to have just as a backup. I think here what I'm going to do is, we need to be quick, we need to be very quick. Pelipper, Ludicolo, I'll bring Swampert, and I'm going to bring Aegislash in the back, and we'll go with those 4. I need to check as well, I'm sure. It was weird that the Tapu Bulu outsped the Ludicolo, but it might be just a bulky, not too much invested Ludicolo, so that could have explained the scoffed Bulu in that last match. Of course, it didn't outspeed at all. We faked out. It was always gonna. It was just a fast Tapu Bulu. It was just outspeeding the Pelipper. That's all. So ignore me. So you see my opponent here lead off with the Cresselia and the Kangaskhan, kind of pinning us down. But I think what I'm going to do to avoid, I'm going to fake out the Kangaskhan. Is it going to be inner focus though? Kangaskhan can be inner focus. We don't want to. I might just go for a. Could double into the Kangaskhan, to be honest. I think what I'm going to do is switch out my. I'm going to switch Pelipper out to Aegislash, and I'm going to go for a Z move because you can see we've got the Hydro Vortex on our Ludicolo, so I'm going to go for that into the Kangaskhan and try and pick up an early KO if we can. Oh, Kangaskhan just protects. Okay. We'll probably see a Trick Room come out from that Cresselia. That's kind of why I went for the play I did. So that Kangaskhan probably doesn't have Fake Out. Or it might do. But we're definitely probably 100% going to see a Trick Room come out from this Cresselia, I would imagine. Wow, that does a lot of damage through the Protect. And we see a Trick Room. So yeah, what can we do now? So the Trick Room kind of benefits Aegislash here. I'm just going to go for a Shadow Ball into the Cresselia, and I'm going to go for another Hydro Pump into that Kangaskhan. Because in the rain, it should be doing really good damage. We might get hit with a Sucker Punch, but we shouldn't go down to it. So we see Mega Kangaskhan Mega Evolve into Mega Kangaskhan. Gotta get used to these Mega mechanics and speaking in general. So you see Crest just protect here. Do we see a Sucker Punch? No Sucker Punch come out. Okay. But we do change into Blade form, go for the Shadow Ball. And you see a Double Edge from the Kangaskhan. Oof. Wow, okay. That is strong. You don't generally see Protect on Cresselias. That kind of threw me off a little bit. What am I going to bring in? I'll bring in Swampert. I wonder what the speed is on my Swampert. I'm just going to lock in with King Shield just in case we run out of time, but I just want to see what our stats are like. So 112. We're probably slower than Mega Kangaskhan at the moment, so we could potentially just go for a waterfall. So yeah, I think because it is a little bit risky that we do get Sucker Punch from this Kangaskhan, I'm just gonna protect King Shield with my Aegislash, and I'm gonna go for... No, I'm not actually, because the King Shield's so obvious here, you probably won't attack into that Aegislash, so I'm going to go for a Shadow Ball, and I'm going to go for a Waterfall. I'm not going to Mega Evolve because I don't want the speed boost, and go for a Waterfall. There's always a chance to flinch as well. Kangaskhan just protects. So you do get the Shadow Ball off into the Cresselia. This should do decent damage. Yeah, taking it down to just under half health. We see a Psychic come out into that Swampert. And we just get the Waterfall to that slot. So, what has the Kangaskhan got? It's definitely got Sucker Punch. 100% got Sucker Punch. I'm going to King Shield this turn, and I'm going to go for a Waterfall into the Kangaskhan again this turn. I'm going to King Shield this turn, because I imagine the Sucker Punch will probably come out this turn if we see it. So we do go for the King Shield. We'll protect ourselves. Cresselia goes for the Psychic. Is into that Swampert. It's doing good damage. We really need the Waterfall to KO the Kangaskhan here. And it does. So, brilliant. What are we going to see coming to the field now? I wonder if the Heatran... Oh, so it is Landorus. Okay. Does get the Intimidate off. We do need to be careful of a Tectonic Rage here as well. But we could just go for a Shadow Ball onto the Cresselia slot and an Ice Punch into the Landorus, although it probably won't be enough to pick up the KO there. I'm just going to protect my Swampert this turn. Yeah. Is my opponent going to protect the Cresselia though? None that we've just... Yeah. Probably. Expecting the protect on the Cresselia and the Tectonic Rage into that slot, I'm going to just switch in my Pelipper and I'm going to protect my Swampert. This is risky because I think the Rain will end this next turn and the Trick Room will end as well, which isn't ideal. Yeah, there's a protect from the Cresselia, and hopefully we see a Tectonic Rage into that slot and then we burn my opponent's Z move. Oh, and just a protect from the Landorus, but it fails. The Rain stops. Right. What have we got on Pelipper? I don't want to go for a... I could just go for a Wide Guard, Mega Evolve with my Swampert and go for a Waterfall. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Mega Evolve Swampert and go for a Waterfall into that Cresselia. Because there's always a chance we can get a flinch. So let's hope this Landorus goes for a Rock Slide. That would be ideal. So there's an Earthquake. That's fine. We don't mind that. Wide Guard protects us. We'll get a Waterfall into this Crest. If we get a flinch here, that would be amazing. If it doesn't pick up the KO. Okay. So we don't pick up the KO and we proc a 50% Super Berry. And we just see a Psychic, but it's into the Pelipper slot, so it's fine. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to switch in Aegislash for my Pelipper, and I'm just going to protect my Swampert. So you need to try and get the rain in. And there's a Tectonic Rage, so this will be into that Swampert slot, I'd imagine, to try and pick up the KO even through the Protect. Is it enough? It is enough, yeah, too powerful. And we'll probably take a Psychic, yeah. But we're not in the worst position because we've still got Wide Guard. My opponent knows we've got Wide Guard, so he's burnt his Tectonic Rage. I think what I'm going to do this turn is, yeah. If I double into the Landorus here, because I'd imagine the Crest will probably protect. Got it right. Or I could double into the Cresselia. That's probably the play, doubling into Cresselia, I think. So let's do that, yeah. Let's go for a Hurricane and a Shadow Ball into the Cresselia slot. Oh! Getting it wrong every time, taking the wrong turn and keep doing it. So, it's not the worst, I guess. Landorus does go back, so we'll see what my opponent's last Pokemon is. It's not going to be that Mega Mawile, because I've already seen the Mega Kangaskhan, and it's a Heatran. Alright. But we're still in an awkward position. Now we could go for the same play again, which I'm very tempted to do, to be honest. There's always the risk that, you know, we can go for a Scald onto the Heatran, but we do press. My opponent knows we've got Wide Guard as well. I'd probably go for an Earth Power if anything. But then the Scald puts on a lot of pressure. I'm going to go for a Hurricane. I'm just going to go the same play again. Expecting the Heatran to protect. No protect from the Heatran. Just going to go for an Earth Power into the Aegislash. So we're going to probably end up losing here. Psychic from the Cresselia into that Pelipper, and yeah, we'll probably see an Earth Power from this Heatran. Just a Heat Wave, but it's probably enough in the rain in Blade form. Yeah, so good game to my opponent there. Just making some bad decisions, didn't we, along the way. Yeah, I think a lot of things throw me off as well. Like, you never generally see Cresselia run Protect, so that was a nice option for my opponent there. Definitely give him an advantage playing around the board position as well. And you don't often see Protect on Mega Kangaskhan. It is a thing, but you don't often see it. Maybe that's more something that you see a lot more now in this format. With the inclusion of the new Pokemon, it might have shift slightly, but very interesting. nevertheless. But we'll go into another match very quickly, guys, against Benjamin from France, and he is playing a team of Bravery, Kartana, Snorlax, Tapu Koko, Arcanine, and Garchomp. So looks like he is playing the Sun and Moon VGC 2017 format. That Bravery against the Raincore. So let's see what Battlespot Doubles format team is like against a VGC 2017 team. We do have Rain. We do need to be very careful of that Kartana. We don't have any fire type attacks on the team to hit it with. We do, however, have the Aegislash that will be very good against that Kartana. The Snorlax is going to be a bit of an issue as well. But I think this game I'm going to bring the Raichu. And what am I going to lead with it? The Pelipper, possibly? Yeah, let's go Pelipper. I will bring Swampert. And I am going to bring Aegislash as well. Yeah. That should do. That should do. I think the Snorlax is going to be really difficult to deal with. We've got to try and take advantage of like the Encore on the Raichu that we've got to try and shut it down or lock it into something like Belly Drum if we can, and then just wear it down from there. We do need to keep in mind as well that Bravery could be Scarfed, but we don't have any Intimidate on the team, so we don't need to worry about activating that Defiant boost just by switching our Pokemon around anyway. So we'll lead off with the Raichu and the Pelipper. My opponent is going to lead off with that Snorlax and the Bravery. So this turn, what I'm going to do is just go straight for a Fake Out into that Bravery, and I'm going to go for a Hurricane into the Snorlax because there's every chance that we can confuse it and stop it moving that turn. At the very least, we're going to do some decent damage to it anyway. So get the Fake Out off. We will prevent the Bravery from moving this turn. It does reveal it's faster than the Pelipper, so keep that in mind for the next turn. And we do pick up the Confusion. It's pretty handy. So if it hits itself, I don't know if I wanted to or if I wanted to go for the Belly Drum. So we see it go for a Curse. So what we'll do, we will lock it into Curse. Because we've got a team full of special attackers, so that's going to be fine. We'll lock it into Curse, and I will just go for a Scald onto that Bravery, because if we can pick a Burn Up onto it, that's going to be huge. So get the Encore off with Raichu. Stop that Snorlax doing anything. We just need to keep an eye on it. Make sure that we keep that Raichu out on the field for when that Encore runs out, so we can lock it in again. Get the Scald off. Bravery does go for a Tailwind. Snorlax snapped out of its confusion. It's locked into Curse though. And what we could potentially do this next turn is just double into it with a Thunder and a Hurricane. Because the Thunder should proc the Berry. What item is Raichu? Hold on. I think I saw an Air Balloon, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, it is an Air Balloon. So we don't need to worry about an Earthquake coming out from this Bravery. So we will just go for a Thunder, and I think what I'll do is go for a Tailwind of my own with Pelipper, just to match a Tailwind, and then at least we'll have a Tailwind up a turn after theirs ends. Ooh, so we're going to see a Supersonic Sky Strike from this Bravery, and it probably will be into the Pelipper, but hopefully Pelipper is sashed. I'd imagine it will be, so this should just take us down to our sash. Yeah. We will get a Tailwind off. Do get a big Thunder off with our Raichu. See how much damage this does to the Snorlax. Decent damage, we just proc the Berry. And we'll get a Tailwind up with our Pelipper. And it looked like that previous turn that we kind of speed tied with the Bravery. Snorlax going for another Curse. So I think this turn, to avoid any damage onto my Pelipper, I'm just going to go for Thunder onto that Bravery, and I'm going to go for a Scald onto the Snorlax, just to fish for a burn if I can. If I can pick up a burn, it's going to make it a lot easier to deal with. So you see the Bravery protect, Thunder going into that, get the Scald off onto the Snorlax, doing really good damage. No burn, unfortunately. And the Encore ends. So I'm just going to lock Snorlax into Curse again. And I'm going to have to Hop, because the rain runs out soon, doesn't it? So we kind of want to preserve our rain. So I'm just going to switch Pelipper out into Aegislash now. So at least I've got the rain to bring back in later on. Because I imagine we probably are speed tying with that Bravery, and I just don't want to take the risk. 50-50, we could lose it, and then we've not got any more rain. So we'll go for that Encore into the Snorlax. And we see a Brave Bird. This will probably be into the Aegislash. Yeah. But we can take that quite comfortably, so that's fine. We see the Snorlax just locked into that Curse, so we'll just continue to Curse for the next few turns. I'm not going to concentrate on that Bravery as well. It's not really threatening me too much at the moment, so I'm not too worried about it. I am just going to concentrate on this Snorlax as much as I can. I'm just going to go for a Rain Dance with my Raichu, and I'm going to go for a... what have we got? What's our Z move? It's Never Ending Nightmare, unfortunately. I'm just going to go for a Flash Cannon into the Snorlax, keep chipping it down. So we see Bravery just protect here. Get the Rain Dance up. And we'll get a Flash Cannon off with that Aegislash, which should do decent damage to that Snorlax. Yeah, another Flash Cannon's going to kill, so that's brilliant. Snorlax is locked into Curse. Thanks to the Encore. And our Tailwind Pitters out. So I'm just going to go for a Thunder into that Bravery and the Flash Cannon into the Snorlax. That should clear these first two Pokemon. You might see my opponent adjust, switch the Bravery out into something like Garchomp, but no switch up from my opponent. So we do get that Thunder off. Pick up the KO there, and the Flash Cannon should finish this Snorlax off as well. Which is super nice. And then my opponent down to his last two Pokemon. So let's see what they've got. I'd imagine they've probably brought the Garchomp. You've got to imagine they bring the Garchomp, right? And probably Tapu Koko. Yeah, Tapu Koko and Garchomp. Good guess. I win, bingo. So we'll see the electric terrain get set up. The nice thing is though that my opponent hasn't attacked into that Raichu yet, so we still have our balloon intact. So I can just go for a Thunder into the Tapu Koko here, or I could switch in my Mega Swampert, which I'm really tempted to do actually. We're probably more likely to see a Dazzling Gleam though. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for a Thunder into the Koko. I'm just gonna go for a Wide Guard with my Aegislash. So we just see a Protect from the Tapu Koko. We'll probably see an Earthquake come out from the Garchomp here. My opponent has burnt a Z move, so yeah. And now what I'll do, I'll just go for a Thunder again into Tapu Koko. Actually, no, we're not going to outspeed the Tapu Koko, are we? We could lock the Garchomp into Earthquake, potentially. but we don't really want to have to do that, do we? I want to get the Swampert in, to be honest. That's what I want to do. If we lose Raichu here, that's fine. I'm fine with that. I just want to get some damage onto this type of Coco. So I'm going to go for a King Shield with my Aegislash. Because just at the moment, we've not really got anything to hit the Garchomp with super effectively. Garchomp does reveal it's Scarfed. It is going to take down my opponent's Tapu Koko with it. Aegislash does survive. So, we're fine. We're going to easy wrap this game up now. Because we can just Wide Guard, bring in the Swampert, and finish up the game. So we'll just go for a Wide Guard, and that's all we need to do. My opponent might realise that after this next turn. But hopefully we can finish this game off and this episode with a Mega Swampert win. I hope my opponent plays out the game. They might not though. So the rain does stop, but that doesn't really matter too much. We will Mega Evolve, and we will go for an Ice Punch into this Garchomp, and we will just go for another Wide Guard with that Aegislash. So my opponent, not forfeiting, gonna let us take the glory with Mega Swampert. Look at those arms, those muscles, such a beast. So we get that Wide Guard off with the Aegislash, protect us from that Earthquake that the Garchomp's locked into. See an Earthquake come out, Wide Guard blocking it, and then Mega Swampert flexing those arms of it, creating a massive Ice Punch and bang, straight into the Garchomp and picking up the kill and winning us the game. So, not too bad. Very fun team to play with though, I really enjoy it. Mega Swampert is cool, and I think the Aegislash is very good as well. It's a bit of a shame that second game. I think we probably could have played it a bit differently, but like I say, things like Protect on Cresselia and stuff like that do throw you off. But I'm not making excuses. Very good game to my opponent in that game, and very good game to my opponent in this game. So we'll wrap things up there, guys. As I say, earlier in the episode, we do have a list going on for stuff that you guys want to feature. I was trying to plan to get a best of 3 with Eloy fitted in this week, but it looks like it's going to be next week now. I've just got so much stuff on with the NBL at the minute and other things. I couldn't squeeze in enough time to fit in the match with him to get it on for this week. So do keep an eye out for that next week. We might just have an extra video next week on top of the 2 that we normally do, but this series is on a Tuesday and a Thursday. Our QR code series on a Wednesday, and in between all of that we have our School of Hard Knocks series where we're playing our Flygon team. So do stay tuned, because School of Hard Knocks will be back tomorrow, and after that we will have a team building episode, but that will be over on Hibiki's channel, so do check that out tomorrow evening, and then come root for Team Leaky on Saturday and see if we can take down the ultimate, the mighty Cyberbars. It'll be very fun, guys. You will not regret watching the video, and I promise you that. But I hope you've enjoyed today's episode, guys. If you have, please leave a like on the video. It's massively appreciated. If you've got any comments or anything on the team that we've played, or anything that happened in the episode in general, just leave me a comment below and I will get back to you. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already, to stay up to date with all the juicy episodes that we have coming out for you, with content at the moment. And in general, if you've got any ideas for content you want to see, do get in touch with me and let me know, because I'm all about doing content that you want to see. But guys, we're going to wrap things up there. I will let you get away, enjoy the rest of the evening, afternoon, morning, night, whatever time of day it is. Just make sure you're having fun, take care of yourselves, and until tomorrow, guys, I will see you then. So until then, guys, bye bye.